Welcome to the Business Blast podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. This episode is brought to you by Authors Unite. Authors Unite provides you with all the resources you need to become a successful author. You can learn more about Authors Unite and join the free community at authorsunite.com. Now, let's jump into the episode. All right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Business Blast podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner, and today I have a very special guest. His name is Dallas Michael Cyr. He's a master life guide and conscious business entrepreneur and speaker. So welcome to the show, Dallas.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Of course. I'm happy to have you on, man.
Good.
Yeah, it's great to be on, dude. So just a little preface here. Me and Dallas go way back, not way back, but way back like 4 or 5 years ago in San Diego. So good friend of mine. And we'll dive in, man. The first one I have for you is, what is the best story from your life that has an underlying valuable message?
I'll start with the underlining valuable message, which is success is great. Achieving goals is great. It will not save you. It will not be the answer. I was a financial planner for 7.5 years, and after 4 years of really working hard and doing the traditional goal setting and being focused and doing the hustle and grind, I built up my business to a point where I had hit a really substantial goal for myself. And I'm at this 5-star hotel. I'm at the balcony. I'm looking at this beautiful resort. My lovely girlfriend's in the bathroom getting ready for the evening before we go out. And at this moment, I had this I finally did it feeling, just on top of the world. And literally the very next thought and feeling in my body was complete emptiness. And the question was well, now what? And in that moment, I experienced all of my goals being achieved, and then this complete vacuum and emptiness that it still didn't satisfy me and fulfill me, and it wasn't the answer. And that was huge wake-up call. And I want to say real quickly is that's normal. Most people will get to the top and achieve some major goal, and one of 3 things will happen. They'll see it didn't solve all their problems. They'll be exhausted and miserable, and or they'll be there alone. So it's not the answer. It's important, but it's not the answer. There's more to it.
And the next one is, what is the most valuable piece of information we should know that's within your expertise or industry?
For me, being a coach, and especially around the concept of purpose, is one, purpose is not a job. Your purpose is not a career. It's not a vocation. It's not a thing you're going to do. Discovering and living your purpose will absolutely bring you more joy than anything else. It will uplift your relationships. It will satisfy you, fulfill you, make you happy as shit. You'll feel connected and grounded. I can go on and on forever. But it's not a thing you're going to do. It's not a job. It is an essence. It's literally the flavor that is you as a human being. It's the divine and God experiencing this reality through you as you. That essence, discovering what that is and bringing that to every freaking thing you do, that's our purpose. The last thing I'll say about that question really quickly is that the coaching business is a business. So many coaches are broke, and it's because they're trying to save people. And really what they're doing is they're just coming from their own wounded place, trying to help and save people versus really healing themselves and then serving and creating a business from there that actually makes an impact.
Yes. And what is your best piece of overall business advice, so not necessarily industry specific?
Stop fucking copying. so many people, there's no one trick, no one strategy. I do believe techniques and strategy are helpful. Yes, but there's a reason why people will apply tips, techniques, strategies, the 5 keys to this and 12 steps to that, and still frigging fail. And it's because modeling is an important part of business. It helps us in the beginning, yet it is not the answer. When it turns into copying, it becomes noise, and your authentic self does not stand out, and and whether it's conscious or unconscious, people can sniff that. And it's really at the heart of why a lot of people are struggling and suffering. The last thing I'll say is just go for it. Just go for it. Whatever it is, just leap, go, frigging go.
And if you
Don't
could give,
worry about failing.
yes, agreed. And it might tie in with the next one. So if you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would that be?
Actually, this is, for me, it's actually relax. You already had it all figured out. It's amazing how, when we're younger, how tuned in we can be. And I don't think I'm the only one in this scenario. I know it's not, it's everyone's individual journey is circumstantial and different. For me, I'm now coming to terms with a lot of the things that I forgot about my true authentic self, a lot of things that I didn't think were important pieces of the puzzle, a lot of things that I thought were just things I need to let go of because I was young or a kid and I had to grow up. I'm actually coming full circle back to a lot of those thoughts and ways of being, and I'm integrating them now. I'm integrating them with my adult self. And so it's amazing how tense I got about things and how much I tried to control shit when I had so much of it already figured out. So just relax. You have it all figured out.
Yeah, dude, I'll chime in there real quick. I always tell people it's interesting where I feel like similar to you, where it's like I feel like I went through, you call it a rough patch, whatever you want to call it, but then like I just became myself again, and like everything that I like wanted to do when I was like younger, but then when I started in the business world, I didn't know how to like monetize it, so that scared me. So then I went to college and tried to go the safe route, and then I just like became myself again. And then that is what ended up becoming like more abundance than I could have imagined at this point in my life in just all areas. So it's really cool that you're saying it's like it comes like full circle. So very cool.
Totally.
And so I'm excited for your answer on this one. In your opinion, what is the key to happiness?
There isn't one.
Oh yeah, I knew you were gonna say that. What?
I love the question, and I know a lot of us are looking for it. What I would say is there is a key. There is a key to your happiness, and a big thing that I do is I assist people in tapping into their own individual blueprint, because really just enjoying the journey and embracing every difficulty in your life. My keynote talk and really my foundational stance is that your challenges are your greatest gifts. And when people hear me say that, they think I'm saying, quote unquote, everything happens for a reason. Yet I'm going to a spiritual level, a metaphysical level. I'm literally going to a chemical and biological level when I teach your challenges are your greatest gifts. I talk about past lives. I go so deep with it, it blows people's minds. It's not what you think. So for me, embracing the journey and understanding that every difficulty, what most people would call a challenge, is truly, truly a gift. And it's going to bring more than one lesson, more than one opportunity if you're open to it. So being open to it allows us to be receptive and to enjoy just life more. Yet, in addition to that, the truth is that we do have our own unique essence and blueprint and way of experiencing this reality and this journey. And when you discover your blueprint, your map, and I do believe that we have one, I do believe you can discover your key to happiness, but there is no the.
And that's a great answer. And what is the best book that you've read, and what was the number one thing you learned from that?
The best book I've read, it's one that I've read now 3 times, and it's short. It's a great read. The reason why it's the best is it connects emotion so very well. It's a beautiful story, and it teaches us how to die. And I believe that when you learn how to die, it gives you the key to how to truly live. And that book is Tuesdays with Morrie by Mitch Albom.
And what is your favorite quote and why?
I have a few, but I'll share them. I'll share them real quick. There's only one I'm going to read, which is, if one advances confidently in the direction of his or her, of course, dreams and endeavors to live the life which he has imagined, he will meet with success in unexpected and common hours. And the reason why that one is because it was when I was taking one of the first and most major leaps in my life that was given to me by one of my first mentors in my life. It was a card, and that was the quote on the card. And it really became a driving force into me leaping forward into the unknown and having confidence and trusting life. I feel like that's where a lot of us fall down so much, is that we don't trust life itself. We don't trust spirit. We don't trust life. And i.e., therefore, we don't trust ourselves. The other quote, though, that I love massively, that everyone, quotes all the time, is Marianne Williamson's, "Our deepest fear is not that we're, inadequate, it's that we're great beyond measure." I love that quote because I think it summarizes what it looks like to truly live your power, and what the human ailment is at its core. Why we're living so small is really we're trapped and afraid about how vast and big we are. And the last thing I'll say, because I friggin' love quotes, and I will say this, I will friggin' own the shit out of this. I believe right now, and I follow so many people, I read so many books, I listen to so many podcasts. I believe right now I am one of the most quotable sons of bitches on the frigging planet. So if you go to my Instagram channel, you'll see some quotes, and they're all straight from me. And I am confident and love my gift enough to say that they're so beautiful and spot on. I look forward to being quoted, 80 years from now when I'm dead and gone.
Beautiful, man. Dude, thank you so much for coming on, Dallas. And the last question I have for you before we let you go is, where's the best place for people to find you online?
If you use my full name, Dallas Michael Cyr, and Cyr is spelled C like cat, Y as in yes, R as in Robert, Dallas Michael Cyr, CYR. If you plug that into both Instagram and Facebook, you'll see where I'm most active and where the quality and content is there. And you can even message me directly, even though sometimes my team gets them. I still am very active in those two channels. And the last thing I'll say is www.adversity2abundance.com, adversity2abundance.com.
Perfect, brother. Thanks again. We'll talk soon.
My pleasure.
The podcast you just heard was published with Anchor. Got something you want to say to the creator of this show? Send them a voice message using the Anchor app, free for iOS and Android.